All right, welcome back. Patreon.com/the Derrick Lamon Experience, YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeart, etc., etc. Literally just finished the PlayStation State of Play. I don't know. It pains me to say this. Actually, it doesn't, because we're used to it by this point, right? This is 3 years in a row. The shows have gotten. I can't remember last year's show. The 23 show, they showed Spider-Man gameplay. We got the teaser for Metal Gear Solid, which it's not a first-party game, but it was still a moment. Helldivers, I think we saw in there. Fair Games. There's a tease of Concord. Here's the thing. If they're not going, it's like they're not trying, or they like. This is going to be a wasted generation of really, really good hardware because there's like nothing from first party. I don't know if Spider-Man 3 is coming before the PlayStation 6. It seems that Wolverine might be like the last like tentpole title for the PlayStation 5. I'm convinced at this point. Wolverine might be like when The Last of Us came at the end of the PlayStation 3 life cycle. And that's if we're lucky. The first PlayStation, I'm not saying there wasn't first party, but they hadn't built it into what it is today, right? So when you're playing a bunch of third party stuff and indies and stuff like that, it's not a big deal. You have a treasure trove of amazing first party studios, and we're not seeing what they can do. And the reason for that is because of that goddamn live service initiative. And everybody's like, no, 12 live service games is going to be awesome. And it fucking isn't. How many of those games got canceled? And then we find out, like, the Bungie acquisition. Mistake. Bungie's like, yeah, Last of Us Online looks cool. We're not going to make any money off of it. And then it's like, Bungie has just done nothing but drop the ball since they've been acquired by PlayStation. Why are they in the building? So, needless to say, I was not impressed by the state of play. I'm going to be completely honest with you. There were a few things I liked, and I'm going to tell you those, but at the same time, a lot of that shit was like, why are we here? Why are we here? Let's start with Grasshopper Manufacturer's new action title, Romeo is Dead, launches on PS5 next year. The anime to start this trailer, I was like, this is weird. I don't know. From the PlayStation blog, it says super bloody action, crazy twists and turns to blow players' minds, and a whole mess of kind of stereotypical gimmicks, all rolled into one wild ride. Our hero, Romeo Stargazer, is a man stuck between life and death. His own was saved mere seconds before the end by way of a time paradox that shattered the space-time continuum, which was created by a genius scientist screwing around. Now, Romeo is FBI space-time special agent Deadman, and sporting a rat mask called Dead Gear, must hunt space-time's most wanted fugitives through multiple universes. Romeo swaps between guns and swords, using his enemy's own power against them to absolutely annihilate the evil hordes in this peak example of full-on bloody action, featuring ridiculously clever level design in which you'll be jumping back and forth between the real-world subspace and white-hot battles, cathartic enough to collapse the universe itself. When the going gets really tough, unleash Bloody Summer, and instant kill special attack that uses blood accumulated from your enemies to turn things around and get back on top. It doesn't look bad. This looks cool. The anime to start the trailer, I was like, this looks really stupid. But the more they got into the game, I was like, oh no, this is actually kind of cool. This actually was not the start of the show. It was the developers who made Tetris Effect showing off their new game. And I'm just like, and I was like, this feels like Tetris Effect. And lo and behold, it's from the people who created Tetris Effect. So no. That's a no for me. This Romeo is Dead Man is not a bad looking game. It's not something I was expecting, but what the hell? You're always going to get surprises and stuff like that. Am I going to be picking it up? I don't know. If it ends up in PlayStation Plus, maybe. I don't know. Silent Hill F launches September 25th on PlayStation 5. Gameplay reveal. This is a no for me. I think that them resurrecting Silent Hill, I think they went a bit too far with some of this extra IP. I don't think a lot of this is needed. There's that like Silent Hill cell phone game, and we all were like, this just isn't good. it looks Silent Hill creepy. I'll say that. I just don't think that I'm going to enjoy this, so I'm going to pass on this. The closer we get to launch and the more I see about it, it could change my mind. I'm sorry, but right now it's a no for me. Right now it's a no. I just don't know. Yeah, that right now it's a no. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection launches on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 this year. I'm sure it's a third party. I'm sure it's going to Xbox, and I will assume it goes to Switch as well. At Digital Eclipse, we specialize in restoring historic games for modern consoles, giving legendary classics the respect they deserve. As you might imagine, we get a lot of requests from fans, and for many years, the overwhelming number one request has been Mortal Kombat. That's why we're so excited to reveal in today's State of Play that we're partnering with our friends at Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment to bring Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 later in 2025. They've even got like the Game Boy version. So the games that are in the collection: Mortal Kombat, Arcade, SNES, Genesis, Game Boy, Game Gear; Mortal Kombat 2, Arcade, SNES, Genesis, Game Boy, 32X; Mortal Kombat 3, Arcade, SNES, Genesis; Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Arcade, SNES; Mortal Kombat 4, Arcade version; Mortal Kombat Advance, 2001 Game Boy Advance; Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance 2002 Game Boy Advance; Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition 2003 Game Boy Advance. And then there's one with a bullet point and then just question marks, so we don't know which one that'll be. This, I'm totally for it. I'm totally for it. This, like I said while watching this is the game that I will have on my PlayStation Portal while I'm grinding. And I'm grinding it while watching something on TV or something like that. You know, watching a ball game or something like that, or a movie. Well, more a ball game, but I don't know. So this one is a day one, just like the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighters Collection, day one. Survival Climber Karen ascends to PS5 November 5th. This is a no for me. I'm not into rock climbing. I'm not going to play a video game about rock climbing. Sorry, that's just not going to fucking happen. Thief VR Legacy of Shadow announced for PSVR 2 out 2025. That's a no. I'm not going to play this game. I'm just not going to. I don't even fucking have a PlayStation VR 2. I have the original PlayStation VR, and I'm not going to lie, I collected a lot of dust. Like, it's in a drawer somewhere, so no. Oceanic Action RPG Save Remnants revealed for PS5. This is very interesting. I don't know how long this game was in development. Meet a world of puppet folk who set their sights on the open sea and secrets within. Watching this, I was like, this had to be in development for a while because Sea of Thieves is on PlayStation now. So, and people really love Sea of Thieves. I was going to jump in when they did the Pirates of the Caribbean DLC for Sea of Thieves, but I was like, I don't know shit about this game, and it's like way too far behind. And you have to start like at the very beginning. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to see this out. That game had been out for years before the Pirates of the Caribbean shit came to it. So it's like, I'm not going to see this through. So we're not even going to fucking do this. But that game's a definite no. Astrobot, 5 new Vicious Void Galaxy level special bots launched this July. The Ghost of Yote bot will be in there, and there's some other ones they wouldn't reveal. They're going to be surprises. Here we go. We are delighted to announce yet more additional content landing in Astrobot this July 10th. 6 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. GMT, 10 p.m. JST. I guess that's Japanese Standard Time. I don't know. 5 new levels will make their way into the game as part of the Vicious Void Galaxy, bringing the total number of levels in Astrobot to a whopping 90 plus. As with our last update, these 5 levels will require you to pull every bit of skill together to compete, so hang on to your DualSense controller and dive in. The 5 levels available will be Twin Frog, Trouble, Suck It Up, Handhold Havoc, High Inflation, and, well, you have to play and see, so they're holding back some secrets, which I have no problem with. Astrobot was Game of the Year last year, and everybody's like, it's a platformer, how? And I was like, it's deserving. That's a really good fucking game. It's a really good fucking game. Got it for my daughter for Christmas, and I've spent more time playing it than she has. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Astrobot is a phenomenal game. Tides of Tomorrow reimagines multiplayer storytelling February 24th of next year. It's no for me. Sword of the Sea launches August 19th as part of PlayStation Plus game catalog. This is from the developers of Journey and Abzul and stuff like that. They make really good games. This is a good game. I'm not gonna lie. I can see this is gonna be a good game, and it's gonna be on PlayStation Plus. So yeah, I'm gonna try it out. It looks really good. It looks really, really fucking good. But it's like not a megaton. It's not a fucking megaton. So I don't know, man. It's just, we'll see. Final Fantasy Tactics, the Eve release. Chronicles comes to PS5 and PS4 September 30th to 2025. So there was credence to those rumors about Final Fantasy Tactics coming out or being reintroduced. Originally released in 1997 for the PlayStation, Final Fantasy Tactics is one of the most beloved titles in the franchise, known for its rich story and deep strategic gameplay. Very excited to share that this classic strategy RPG is coming to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 this September with the release of Final Fantasy Tactics, The Ivalice Chronicles. The development team has included 2 different versions of the game so that you can enjoy the title in the way that best suits you. First, we have the enhanced version, which adds fully voiced dialogue and optimized and updated UI, graphical improvements, and a number of other quality of life features, including the more accessible Squire difficulty setting makes the enhanced version an excellent starting point for first-time players. Those who wish to enjoy Final Fantasy Tactics as they remember it are welcome to play the classic version, which unites the graphics and gameplay of the original 1997 version with the renowned War of the Lions translation for a unique way to experience this beloved title. This version stays true to the original in almost every aspect, but includes some handy features such as autosave. I think that these 2 versions will provide the best experience for both veteran players and those who have not had the chance to give Final Fantasy Tactics a try, and both are included with the Ivalice Chronicles. For those not familiar with Final Fantasy Tactics, we'd like to introduce the storied world of Ivalice and what you can expect when you dive into this adventure of politics, war, and power. And they have a deep dive. Well, not a deep dive. They have more about it on the PlayStation blog, so check that out. The game that I was really excited that started the show, or came after the new Tetris Effect game, Pragmata. They showed Pragmata. Capcom is making this. They showed this a couple years ago. I think at a PlayStation showcase, it was a little girl and an astronaut. And I was like, what is this? And it was supposed to come like the following year, and then it got pushed back and we hadn't heard anything. Now we have more on Pragmata. It's been 2 years since we last talked about the game back in June of 2023, and we are super excited to finally share a bit of what we've been working on. But first, if you haven't seen the trailer, please watch that first. It's available on YouTube. I have a live reaction video, so you guys can check that out. Pragmata is an all-new science fiction adventure with its own unique twist of action and strategy. The trailer you just saw features our 2 main characters, as well as a glimpse of our sci-fi-inspired visuals and cold, dark stretch of the moon, where gameplay takes place. There's even a sneak peek of action gameplay in there for you. Our 2 protagonists, Hugh and Diana, happen upon another and must work together to defeat the Lunar Station AI and return to Earth. Both have their own abilities, and you'll need to control them both at the same time to overcome the many obstacles you'll face. This is a 2-in-1 approach where hacking is key to your success. Is our own unique take on own unique take on combat that you'll find here in Pragmata. As far as spacefaring friend Hugh and his new android companion Diana, we can't wait to talk about them and their adventures as well. So Pragmata is coming in 2026. All we know is 2026. We don't have like a window for release or anything like that. They showed off the Mortal Kombat collection. We have introducing Project Defiant, the first wireless fight stick designed by Sony Interactive Entertainment for PlayStation 5 and PC. Again, that's wireless. Again, today we are excited to unveil the first wireless fight stick designed by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Codenamed Project Defiant, this sleek new controller will give players more flexibility to play their favorite fighting games, whether that is wirelessly, with the innovation of PlayStation Link technology that provides ultra-low latency or through a wired connection on PS5 or PC. Okay, so they said wireless. It's not wireless. I mean, I guess PlayStation Link, right? That's the technology that works with those PlayStation earbuds and the PlayStation Portal, and it also works with your PlayStation 5. Or you can plug the controller in. Project Defiant delivers ultra-low latency wireless connectivity in multiple ways. To play, key features include high-quality digital stick that's custom designed by Sony Interactive Entertainment. I would assume it has DualSense ability. Controller features tools interchangeable restrictor gates, square, circle, and octagon for the stick buttons with mechanical switches and a touchpad like the one found on the DualSense controller. Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay. It's built-in sturdy ergonomic design for a comfortable feel during intense fight sessions. For convenience and portability, the controller has a storage compartment for restrictor gates and PS Link USB adapter. Project Defiant also supports the ability to wirelessly wake up your PS5 by pressing and holding the PS button. Ultra-low latency. Players will be able to nail all their input timing with the benefit of our innovative PS Link wireless technology that is compatible with PS5 and PC, which provides precise in-game response to each button press and digital stick movement. Plus, there's also the option to simply plug in to play via a wired USB-C connection. Okay, so it's USB-C, which is awesome. Included sling carry case. Players can easily take Project Define on the go in a sleek, sturdy carrying case that includes a lever gap to keep the digital stick safe during transport. In the months ahead, we look forward to sharing even more details about Project Define ahead of its launch in 2026, including the final product name and launch date. Stay tuned for more details. I'm looking forward to this fighting stick, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. There's a state of play coming in July with a Ghost of Yote gameplay deep dive, so be on the lookout for that. Neo 3 was announced for PS5. Limited time demo available today. This episode will also come out today on Patreon as well as the free feed, so you guys enjoy that. I'm not a Neo fan. I'm not really a fan of Team Ninja, to be completely honest with you. Their games are cool, it's just not for Derrick, so I don't know. This is interesting. Unveiling 007 First Light, IO Interactive's James Bond action-adventure game. So this is interesting. Had I not seen the trailer 10 minutes before I watched the state of play, then I'd have been wowed by it, because I was wowed by it. This game looks really fucking good. But they also put the trailer out on their YouTube channel before, unless they came at the same time. I don't know. I do have a live trailer reaction to First Light, and then the trailer being shown in the state of play showcase. Today's a special day for us at IO Interactive. During today's state of play, we officially unveiled 007 First Light, our upcoming third-person action-adventure game centered on a standalone reimagining of James Bond's origin coming out in 2026. To have IO Interactive working on a 007 game is an incredible honor to be able to harness all the experience and craftsmanship we have been owning for the last 25 years to create a James Bond adventure as a unique journey for the studio. We were thrilled to have this opportunity. They were the perfect studio for this because of the Hitman series. I like when they're like, oh, well, IO Interactive is doing a James Bond game. I was like, that's perfect. And everybody's like, why? I was like, because they do Hitman. You want somebody that already does some sort of a spy game to do this game. So that made perfect sense. This is Bond as you've never seen him, the youngest Bond fans have ever met. In 007 First Light, at only 26 years old, he isn't the fully fledged 007 you know from the Tux and Martini days, but a man with sharp instincts, sometimes reckless, who is still learning when to fight, when to bluff, and when to disappear into the shadows. So this is Bond even before, I guess this is right around Daniel Craig looked 30 in his first Bond film or whatever. So this is about that time. The story changes a little bit. And in those Bond films, somebody came to the family home and killed James's parents. In this game universe, it seems that they were rock climbing, or his parents sacrificed themselves on a mountain for him. So I don't know. In 007 First Light, Bond starts as a Navy air crewman when, against all odds, an audacious act of bravery propels him on MI6's most challenging training program. This training, coupled with his natural instinct, wits, and heart, will see him grow into a fully fledged spy. It's a completely original standalone story developed in collaboration with Amazon MGM Studios. Trailer gives you a taste of what's to come. You'll be able to travel the world and discover exciting locations, from snow-drenched mountains to sun-soaked beaches. You will, of course, get to meet and interact with some of the characters who have been synonymous with the James Bond franchise, such as M, Q, and Moneypenny. It looks like Moneypenny is a black woman in this game, just as she was in the Daniel Craig films. The late Daniel Craig films. Moneypenny was not in the early ones. You will also discover new ones, including Greenway, Bond's mentor in the story, who will teach him the modus operandi, advocated for MI6 agents, or at least try to. With varied gameplay, mixing intense combat, full throttle driving, stealth, and cutting-edge gadgets, you'll be able to fully immerse yourself in a world filled with deception and danger, powered by a proprietary engine, Glacier. 007 First Light begins here. We'll be sharing details about gameplay, story, and more later this year. The game is set to release on PlayStation 5 in 2026. 007 First Light will be enhanced for PlayStation 5 Pro using PlayStation's Spectral Super Resolution and having optimized performance with gameplay playable at 60 frames per second in quality mode. You can wishlist it today. There's an Aston Martin. There's a case of Omega watches at Q Branch. They really went there, the full James Bond experience. So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm very, very excited about this game, and I cannot wait to play it. The last big title that they showed, because they didn't show anything. There was nothing. This is, I guess, a first-party studio game. I don't know how this works, but they had the PlayStation Studios logo, so... Or maybe this is going to be a second-party game, but PlayStation's publishing it. I guess. I don't know. Marvel Token Fighting Souls launches 2026 on PS5, Steam, and Epic Games. PlayStation Studios, Arc System Works, and Marvel Games have joined forces to realize the latest in tag team fighters. Marvel Token Fighting Souls. Experience the Marvel Universe like never before with reimagined characters and stages, a heart-pounding soundtrack, intuitive gameplay mechanics, and jaw-dropping visuals that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Whether this is your first fighting game or you're a veteran of the genre, Arc has incorporated gameplay controls and mechanics that are easy to pick up and play, and yet still offer the depth and versatility for high-level competition. From the beginning, we aim to make Marvel Token Fighting Souls a title that could be enjoyed by a wide variety of players, explains game director and lead battle designer Kazuto Sakini. Generally, a team versus fighting game requires the player to learn multiple characters but for Marvel Token Fighting Souls, you only need to master one character in order to play the game. We have designed the mechanics in such a way that you can perform a variety of actions with either traditional fighting game inputs or simple inputs. With the press of a few buttons, multiple characters can appear on screen to provide backup or attack together, creating a new and exciting team versus battle experience. Since day one, our long-time and trusted collaborators at PlayStation and Team Arc System Works have poured incredible amounts of talent and passion into reimagining the Marvel Universe in a way that only they can, said Michael Francisco, Senior Product Development Manager of Marvel Games. Token Fighting Souls demonstrates that they are absolute masters of their craft and are true Marvel fans at heart. Players are in for a wild ride. Enter the fray with iconic Marvel heroes and villains such as Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Doom, Storm, Miss Marvel, Star-Lord, and Ghost Rider. The Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider, with each Arc's unique twist on their character designs and gameplay styles. Arc states there are so many amazing Marvel characters, it was quite a struggle to choose our roster, but we did have some criteria for the selection process. First and foremost, we wanted to include characters who we feel to be the face of Marvel. At the same time, we also need to select characters that would give us a balance of battle types and styles. Lastly, we wanted to sprinkle in a few surprises and leave room for characters who have never been playable in a fighting game before. They have more on the PlayStation blog. Again, I'm not going to do a huge deep dive on it, but I'm actually really excited for this game. This looks fucking amazing. I would assume that it's going to be compatible with that PlayStation fighting stick, so yeah, we're on that shit day one. If I had to go back, because there was no Ghost of Play, we already know we're playing Ghost of Yotei. No reason to even show that little bit to be like, hey, we have a deep dive coming. Pointless. So we'll say 1, James Bond 2, Pragmata 3, the fighting stick, Final Fantasy Tactics 4, because I'm going to play Final Fantasy Tactics. You guys are nuts. Sword of the Sea 5, Astrobot New Levels, okay. Mortal Kombat Collection, yeah. Oh, Bloodstain, the Scarlet Engagement, revealed launches on PS5 in 2026. It kind of looks like HD 2D/3 modern Castlevania. I don't know. Probably a no. So for a 40-minute show, let's see. 1, 2, 3. 7, 8, 9. I'm going to give this show... God, this is tough. A letter grade. It is a C+. It's not a terrible show. It's not a great show. It's an average show. This is a C+ show for me. They didn't really blow my socks off with anything. As I mentioned, I actually watched the Bond trailer before the State of Play, so I already knew that was a fucking banger. So this is a C+ show for me. Could it have been better? Abso-fucking-lutely. Could it have been worse? Pretty sure it could have. They also showed more of Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which is like, I already know I'm playing that. I don't need to, like, we know this is coming. I'm surprised they didn't sneak anything for Death Stranding 2 on the beach in there. I really am. C+ show. C+ show. That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you. Could have been better. Could have been much worse, but it could have been much better. We still don't know what the hell is going on at PlayStation First Party Studios. There's rumors of this God of War game. Didn't see that. I don't know. I just don't know. I didn't see anything that warrants, like, if I did not have a PlayStation 5 and somebody's like, you should buy a PlayStation 5, and I'm like, I didn't see anything on there that would make me, well, the Marvel fighting game, Ghost of Yotei. There are reasons to own a PlayStation 5. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that Sony has really, truly been mailing it in. And all these rumors online, hey, there's a showcase coming, though. This is just State of Play. They're not going to go crazy for a State of Play. There's a showcase coming. You guys have been saying that for fucking years. The last PlayStation showcase was September of 2021. We're almost 4 years removed from that showcase. Y'all have got to stop with, oh, but there's a showcase. Oh, yeah, there's a showcase. Oh, like stop. Stop. Until Sony says, hey, we've got great news about the PlayStation 5 and the future of PlayStation that we want to share with you. Until they come out and show us that and say that, I don't want to hear the showcase rumors any fucking more. I really don't. A lot of y'all who have all these inside sources and this, that, and the third, never mind. I'm not going to go there. C+ show. C+ show. So do with that what you will. I think it's about on par with what the fuck we saw last year. I think the show in 23 was better because I understand that Metal Gear Solid is a third-party multi-platform game, and a lot of people thought it was going to be exclusive to PlayStation, and it's not. But they did get the reveal there. But it's going to be on Xbox and PC as well. Fine. Helldivers 2 is on PC. I get it. That 23, like the 23 show had Spider-Man gameplay. Like, that was the best show since that PlayStation showcase in 2021. And yeah, we're at the back half of the PlayStation life cycle, whether you guys want to admit it or not. Whether you want to admit it or not, it's 2025. That console is 5 years old come this fall. So they're still selling like hotcakes, but they need that one killer title, and we still don't know what's going on with Wolverine. Like, if Insomniac announced that they were canceling Wolverine, I would be devastated, but I also be like, why am I surprised? Because we haven't seen anything that Sony wanted to show us since the 21 showcase, and then there was the leak in 2023. So, I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. I will be back to recap Summer Game Fest as well as the Xbox Game Showcase, and those episodes will release the day of the shows as well. So you guys are getting treats this week. I'm going to end this like I end everything else, of course. You know how it goes. Believe in yourself first and foremost, because if you don't believe in yourself, of course, nobody else will believe in you. As always, my name is Derrick Lamon Jackson, and that is my time. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.